All right. So I'm recording now, so that should work out okay. All right. So let's get started. The first thing I'm just going to, just because it's a practice, we're not necessarily going to go over some major rule scenarios, or not going to go over some major uh, things. I just want to first of all ask: does everybody? I'm assuming everybody has done and finished their test. Is there anything that needs clarification on your test that maybe you feel like you maybe only got a 98 or a 96 or whatever? You need a clarification on any questions. Looks like we have no questions, so we're good to go there. All right. So as I share my screen, everybody should be able to see my screen. I am going to do this. I'm going to show you just a little bit on how to work VLC and how to clip, and that way we can still practice on showing plays and how we got there, or showing the plays, and then I can show you guys how to clip whoever doesn't know how to clip. So the first things first, most VLC programs now, we're having problems with the DVD. So if you get a DVD or you get some sort of scenario, whether it's downloaded on your computer or whatever it is, most of them now for VLC need to be converted. So right here, you guys see this up here, handbrake in the top left-hand side of my screen. Craig, you probably wouldn't be able to see it, but hopefully if I can, I'll send you the video as we go forward. We can go from there. But handbrake.
Okay.
If you just double click or whatever, open up handbrake, which I already have it open on the bottom of my screen. I'm going to try and open it up there. All right. So we have, I don't know what that must be something I draw on the screen. So, and then right here is the DVD that I already have in the computer. Okay. So you have to take that, which would be the source. If I close that, this is what normally handbrake looks like as we open it up. And then we do source. And then this, if you have the DVD, and that will pop up, or wherever that is. So maybe it's a file or whatever it is, then you need to convert it. Now this will take 4 or 5 minutes to convert. So don't plan on doing that right away, or expecting you to have instant results on that. So just make sure you plan on 15-20 minutes to download it and get it converted, maybe less. Okay, but for the sake of today, I have already converted it. So I'm going to close this, because do we have any other questions about the converting of that?
Nope.
Okay, we're good. All right. So I'm going to close this. Now we're going to go to VLC. VLC is my major go-to for clipping. So I'm going to open this up. I'm just going to double click this. And then it's open. Now, in order to clip, you have to pick a media source. First of all, if anybody has not downloaded VLC, once you download it, and you download it, this right down here will not come up. It's gray right now because I don't have any kind of, but you'll have to go to Tools up top here, and then you will have to go to, am I doing that right? Pretty sure it's Tools. Let me just make sure. I'm sorry, View, and you need Advanced Controls. Because once you click Advanced Controls, because there's a check mark right by it, that gives you your record button. But typically in VLC, once you download it, if you don't click the Advanced Control, all it will do is play. You won't have any place to record or anything like that. Advanced Controls, and that gives you a record button down at the bottom. So all right, I'm going to go to Media, and I've already converted this DVD, so I don't want to have to worry about doing that. So I won't open a disc because I've converted the DVD and it's on my computer. Okay, so I'm going to open a file. I just click open file, and I just named it game, and I put it on my desktop. So my desktop is highlighted, and I just named it game. So I'm just going to type in game. Oops, I'm under documents. I got to get back under desktop. There it is. Try it again. There it is right there. Obviously, you want to name it a little bit something so you can pull it up easier. All right, so you guys can see this, I'm assuming. I'm going to pause it. Everybody sees the video?
Yes.
All right, everybody sees it? So as we go forward, see now all of a sudden this red light has clicked up because now I have a video playing. All right, so we're just going to let this play. So if I'm just going to let it play and make sure everybody can see it and it's not choppy or anything like that. Greg, you won't be able to see it. Everybody else, did that, I'm going to pause it. Did that tip look pretty smooth or was it pretty choppy?
Pretty smooth over here.
Pretty smooth. Who had choppy?
Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah, this is one thing I will mention. Anybody else have any choppy problems? Okay. If it's choppy, one of the things you may have to do just in the beginning part here while you're on the meeting is, because we're all typically on some sort of Wi-Fi. You know, in my household, if everybody's in my house, I got close to 15 things on the Wi-Fi, from iPads to computers to telephones to all that stuff. If all of us have 2 things, you know, that's 8 things just without even thinking about it. So what will help in keeping it, or keeping it smooth, is just for this 30-minute sessions, you know, when we're going to play videos and things like that, is if you could turn all the Wi-Fi off,
Okay.
except for the computer you're using. Obviously, you want to keep that Wi-Fi on. That will help with the choppiness. And I know we had that problem last year in Periscope where we were showing videos and it wasn't as smooth or whatever it is. All that comes to the Wi-Fi that we're using. So, all right. So I'm going to play it again, and then I'm going to mute this so we don't have to listen to the sound. All right. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Oh, wait. If I mute that, then I can't hear you guys. So I got to leave it on. All right, here we go. So we're going to play it. And then we're just going to, as we go forward and we look at it and say, man, I would like to, let's just wait for a play to happen here, which I'm sure something will happen here. We want to look at the rotation of our lead and as we rotate it in and out. So I'm going to just go back here. Go back just a little bit further. And all I have to do is hit the record button. Just right here. Just get the arrow over top of the red record and hit it. I am recording right now. I am recording this clip. He did the rotation. Okay, the shot is going to go up. And I'm going to stop recording. Shot's up. We got a rebound. I'm going to stop recording. All right, now the video still continues to go. So I'm going to pause it. So the video still continues to go. Now we have created a clip. We have created something that we want to watch. So now what it will do is it'll automatically go into your video section. So I'm going to minimize this. And I'm just going to open up this folder here. And I go to videos. And it's automatically in there, and it goes for VLC. It's automatically labeled VLC. Typically when I clip, I just, first of all, I verify it. So I'm just going to verify it. It's going to play here for me. There's our clip. And one of the things, if you noticed, is that it starts recording just a little bit later. So if you see a spot you want to record, try and record 3 to 4 seconds before that, before the spot you want to record, because for some reason it just takes a little second to register. Because if we look at the beginning of this here, see, our lead is already rotated, and I started recording about a second or two before he rotated. So just kind of keep those things in, and that's why I verified it. So I would look at it, verify. If I didn't get what I like, I would go back to the video and I would reclip it. So I like it. I'm good. Let's just say I'm good. So now I'm going to just close this. And here it is right here. So if I right click that, not left click, right click, and then I would rename. I'm just going to rename it test clip. Test clip, okay? Now that's the rename. And then what I always like to do people can store their videos however they want to and wherever they want to. But what I like to do is I right click this and then I move it. I send it right here. I just send it to my desktop. Okay. Because I just send it to my desktop because now it's at my desktop. And then if I'm in a locker room or whatever it is, and I, for some reason, want to see a clip, I could just pull it up on my desktop. Now my desktop's full of crap right now anyway, but typically before the basketball season, this will all be cleared off and I'll have those clips there, and I'll label it whatever. So I find it here in this mumbled junk here. What I name it? Test clip, right? I see it. My wife's laughing at me. Did I move it, guys? I moved it, right? Yeah, I agree, honey. Tori, let's see.
Is it that 0001 shortcut, maybe?
Where do you see that? Right here?
Yeah.
Did I rename it?
You did. I don't know why. No.
That's not it. Let's see here. No, I renamed it. Here it is, test clip right here. See, test clip shortcut. All right. So then I can just pull it up, double click it, and it plays for whoever I need it to. But that should be your preference as far as however you want to keep your clips. I would just encourage you to keep it close by, so that way when you're in a locker room, you can go over those things. All right. Everybody, any questions about that? About clipping? Now, there's obviously a lot of other programs. VLC just seems to be the one for me, and it just works out better. But you just got to remember that we need to put it through Handbrake to convert it first. So if you're on a download it on your computer, throw it through Handbrake, and let it convert, and then VLC will accept it, and then you can do whatever you want to do with it. Now,
does Handbrake also work for Mac computers?
It does. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, it works for all those computers. And then VLC also works for Mac too. I'm not for sure if you use VLC for Mac, but it does work for Mac and Handbrake. So
yeah, VLC does work for Mac. The record button doesn't always show up as easily as it does on PCs, though.
Where do you know where it shows up at, Jason?
You have to go into the toolbar at the top, and I think it's under View, or it's under Playback. And you just got to hit record up there.
Okay, so it's not visible all the time. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then you said the toolbar's at the top on Mac opposed to.
Right.
Okay, perfect. That's good information. That help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right. So then when we get to, let's just say, so here it is, and we want to email it. It's real simple. So I'm just going to start a new email. Let's send it to Jason. Is that you right there, Jason? He's probably not listening. He's paying attention.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, all right. Then I'm going to attach something, and then it's on my computer or whatever, desktop. So I'm on a desktop. Then I just type in what's a test, right? Test clip. Boom. We're going to open it. It's going to shoot it. I'm going to attach as a copy. It's going to shoot it straight over to it. And then it just takes a few seconds to download. You also got to remember too, and then I'll put a test. And then we're going to send it to Jason. Now Jason has it. Okay. So Jason, I don't know if you'll have access to pulling that up or not.
It hasn't come through yet, but I'm sure I will.
Well, I would, if you wouldn't mind, I would like, because just for the purpose of learning how navigating through this, because we're going to have clips we want to share. We want to have clips that we want to see. So
there it is.
Okay. So I would like to have you take over the screen and show us that clip. Can you do that?
All right.
So, I should be able to, you should be able to just share screen, right?
It says I cannot share screen while the other participant is sharing.
What would you like for me to? Let me, maybe if I pause share, will that help?
Yeah.
Let me, oh no, here, stop share. All right, it's on you, buddy.
All right.
There we
Let's
go.
see.
And then you could just play that, whatever it is. So you don't have
Okay.
to necessarily play it. It doesn't make any difference. But so we're
Yeah.
here, and then so that's how the meetings are going to work as we progress into the season. You know, we're going to have the meeting, and Jason's going to say, Jeff, if he doesn't get a chance to share the clip with me so we can talk about it, or he doesn't get a chance to talk to me about the play, you can say, Jeff, I have a play for you I'd like for everybody to see. So you're going to play that for us, Jason?
That's correct.
All right,
Let's see.
cool.
All right. Everybody see this?
Yeah, you pause it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pause it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so we get to this scenario, and then we need to know. Golly, I had something in my head I was going to say. Golly, that's so frustrating. I forgot what I was going to say too. Yeah, I forget. My wife's trying to help me here through this, but I forget. So just remember that as we have more videos or whatever it is, that we can do that, and we can just pull them up. Oh, that's what I wanted to add. Jason, can you pull your screen up again?
Yeah. Let me get back to it.
And then if you could pull up VLC and just walk us through the Apple side of things, for whoever has Apple on the call today.
Okay, so I got the test clip pulled up that Jeff had here. I'm just going to use it. And if you want to record, you go to playback and you hit record here. And then since your video is paused, you just play it. And then whenever you're finished with whatever the clip is, go back up to playback, see how the record is checked, uncheck it, and it should throw it up into your videos folder, documents. I don't remember where it is, but it's in your videos folder. It throws it up there automatically. And you can change where you want to throw the, pretty sure it's in your preferences. You can change where you want to throw the, where you want to throw your video in. Play around with it. You'll find it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good to know also. And here's a question I have, because I'm not an Apple user. So I noticed that you paused it and press record. Do you have this? Maybe would that work better for?
It does the same thing as what it does on PCs with the sometimes the clip doesn't quite catch it right away.
Okay.
So even if you do hit pause, it still sometimes doesn't quite catch the beginning that you want to
So
start.
just make sure, again, even if you're clipping something on Apple, give it 2 or 3 seconds prior, correct?
That's right.
All right, cool. Does anybody else on this call want to maybe just share a clip and just practice with this? Because this is something we need to remember with Zoom is first of all, only 50 people are allowed. And second of all, anything over 40 minutes, it'll kick us right off. So we've been, we're whatever, 23 minutes into it. So we have a few extra minutes if somebody else would like to just practice one time.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
So whether it's in Huddle or Synergy, we just pull it out of there and send it into VLC?
Well, if it's in Huddle and Synergy, the first thing you need to do is get it on your computer. That's what you would normally do anyway. You would if it's in Huddle, you download it on your computer. Is that correct, Jason? I know you do a lot of Huddle and Synergy.
Yeah, you have to download it first.
Yeah, you got to put it on your computer first. And then You may not have to convert from Huddle or Synergy. You could put straight into VLC.
Right.
But I think your best bet is to convert it. That way you don't have any problems, because once you convert it and now you clip it and you want to send it to me, it'll be in a file in MP4 that everybody in the world can open up.
Most files in
Okay.
Synergy work as MP4s, so you should be good on those.
Yeah. But you just, that's always frustrating to me when I send something out. If I haven't converted it and maybe whatever I send to Jason doesn't have it. Now he's got to try and convert it or whatever it is. Sometimes it just makes you get a better response or a faster response that way. So, all right. So does anybody want to share maybe a play you can pull up real quick, or just share their screen just so they can get used to it? All right. Got a quiet crowd. That's okay. So that's how we're going to run meetings. Now, obviously, once the season started, I had a scrimmage, last week. I got a couple more coming up next weekend. So maybe we'll have a few more clips to actually look at and to download and be able to go over. And then we can, test that even more further. But just remember, all Wi-Fi off, just for that 30 minutes video. And then I'm going to, like I said, I've been recording this. So when I get done, I'm going to download it and convert it and put it on my YouTube channel. So maybe you guys can go back and watch it. Greg, that would be helpful for you, so you can actually see what screens we were talking about.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see if that works and how it recorded. I just know it will record video. I have to assume that it'll record all these voices and my screen that it's doing. I have to assume that it'll do that. So, all right. Anything else?
What's your YouTube channel?
You can just search Jeff Cross. You search Jeff Cross YouTube, it's called Changing the Face of Officiating. I've got about, I don't know, 7 or 8 topics up there, videos up there about it pertaining to YouTube or to officiating.
Awesome. Thank you.
Say again.
I just said thank you. I don't know what someone else said.
Yeah, just search Jeff Cross. I'm pretty sure it'll come up. Or I tell people to search on YouTube, search Jeff Cross officiating, and usually it comes up. So, but all right. And somebody else asked a question, and Jason, you might know this. Somebody else asked a question: if the YouTubes that I put up, are they downloadable? So that way, if they wanted to re-listen to them, they could do that without using data. Does anybody know that answer?
You can. If you just want to listen to them, there's websites that you can download that's YouTube to MP3s. It's all free. You just basically Google search YouTube to MP3 and copy the link, and then you can hit download. Video, if you want to watch the video, you can download those too. It's another way. So.
Okay. I actually remember that now, because that's how I get a lot of my music. Is I download it off of YouTube and then I convert it to an MP3 and it goes right onto mine, and then it's there. I can just listen to it anytime. I can email it to whoever. So I'll make sure I answer that question, because I don't think that person's on the call today. All right. Any other questions? Got about 10 more minutes on the meeting. We're going to shut her down. If anybody has any questions, you can email me at jeffcross22@gmail.com. We're going to try and do these study sessions once the season gets started. I'm going to do them, for sure once a month, but maybe even every other week, and so we can get some more education going. And if anybody has any questions on the test, don't hesitate to give me a call or email me if I can help in any way. Okay. Anything else, guys? Somebody said something.
Sounds good.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate it. And then I am going to, once I end this meeting, it's over. So if you guys can't see my screen, but I'm about to end this meeting. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.